The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. That's right, man. They don't want it. Check 24, check 24.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. On second down, Cook, and he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2 yards on the play.
A first down throw for Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. First down, here's the run with Cook. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swung. Followed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins going deep for Diggs. He rifles one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, Wilson. The catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Here we go, here we go.
Now the former Notre Damer, this is C.J. Prosise. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On first down, it's Carson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd and a couple, Wilson able to get this to Gordon. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson, buying time to his left. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Now it's Carson. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. From the 40 now on second down, Cousins. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. On 2nd and 12, Wilson escaping the pressure right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it, but whatever it's going to take to get the message. It has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
A loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Right. Go, go, go. Big dance. Go, go. Check it back.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
On fourth down, they do snap it to Cousins. And it is incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up. So they give it up just on their side of midfield. And, yeah, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because our defense can hold them because they're really outside of field goal range now, right? The opposite team. So if you hold them here, you haven't given up any points. You may give up a punt and you're pinned down a little bit, but must have thought it was an okay spot to go for it and decided to be aggressive.
On second down now, it's Carson. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
To throw is Wilson. He hits his running back, Procise. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Now a give, right side. Carson. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On second down, it's Carson. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. He can run for, and I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. First and 10 at the 19. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. Here's Carson. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
54 Mike. Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot.
On second down now, it's Carson. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson taking it in. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead grows to 10-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
To throw again on second down. Cousins. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Final play of the half, Cousins. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
We got this.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They run the counter. Carson. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They run again with Carson. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
He may try and run for this. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down.
Now, that was a designed run. Now, remember, if a quarterback goes feet first, he's protected. But if he dives head first, he's not. On that play, he figured the risk was worth the reward.
They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Third down, and they're going to try the jet sweep. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this one is right down Broadway. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. With a sack, it's Ziggy Ansah. But down 2 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. It didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up 1st and goal. This is Carson. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Carson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing 3rd down. Now it's Wilson, and it's a Seattle Seahawks touchdown. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a run with Cook. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Throwing on 2nd down, Cousins, and this is incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back, the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. from the gun. Here's Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 26. They go play action here on first down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Check.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 40.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wilson forced out to his left. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
And the Seahawks first down.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
On 3rd down, Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
54. Check.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Cousins now. Setting up the screen for Cook. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 37 yards.
61.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that. Hey, orbit.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. To throw is Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. Here's Cousins. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the...
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 20. And the return will stop right around the 25.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
65.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Throwing again. Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And a little floater there is incomplete.
I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences.
And my goodness, another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
Wilson wants to throw it. He's going to float this one deep right side. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And
now here's another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
Interception, baby.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson, and now he'll tuck it in. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he's got some space here. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So hold the phone here, Charles. I've kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, it's certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick, and that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, an interesting finish to this one. They get in the end zone at the end of the game. Then they went for 2. It wouldn't have mattered. The game was over, but they didn't get that 2-point conversion.
I think trying to get the 2 points, that was for pride for them. But obviously the guys on the other side of the ball had some pride, too. They stopped the 2.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.